How you doing, guys? My name's Chad Mormon. We're here at T1G again, and we're going to be talking about how to ram a car or a blockade out of the way. First thing, when you look at this, there's some considerations you need to take into account. One is I need to know some known points on my vehicle as well as known points on the vehicle that's going to be rammed. Known points that I want to know on my vehicle are where the frame rails run. Even in a unibody, where about a frame rail will run is still where it's the strongest part of the car. So a lot of people will take tape and put it on their hood, tell you it's at the headlights, whatever. One of the things we do here at T1G is if I am the driver, I have a traveling reference point that is with me, which is my outside leg. If I have a passenger, it would be the passenger's outside leg, depending on which side of the vehicle of mine that I'm trying to use. It gets it close enough to get it lined up for the frame rail, because what we're needing hard part, which is our frame rail, to a hard part on the vehicle that we're ramming. That way the two connect energies, it bounces it out of the way. We don't want a hard to a soft, because a soft part on a vehicle is a crumple zone. If we start to hit crumple zones, that starts to mess up our vehicle more. The only reason that we're doing a ram is because I couldn't reverse out. I couldn't do any other sort of action to get out of the area. This is sort of my last resort, because we are all about preserving vehicles when we're downrange so we can keep carrying on with missions or RTBing. The hard points that you want to look for on the vehicle that you're going to be ramming are exactly where the axles would run across. So I want hard point to hard point. So when I get to start to line up, I need to line up my frame rail or my outside leg, if I'm the driver, with the center of the wheel of the vehicle I'm going to be ramming. From there, there's some other considerations I need to take into account. How fast do I really need to hit this vehicle? We don't want to hit it so hard that I'm causing a lot of damage to my vehicle, hence the vehicle preservation that we're always after. That way I can do a ram and then continue on to do what I need to do, whatever it is throughout the day. But it has to be enough kinetic energy to get the vehicle to move up and out of the way. You'd be surprised at how little room it actually takes. There is no set speed on this. But if you have a vehicle that's in good working order, good running order, you're going to start about a car to car and a half back. I've got my line up. I don't want to be looking directly at this right about the time I hit it. I want to look through for my drivable terrain. Now, a couple of things when we start to do this. I want to have it into the lowest gears possible. That way I'm getting the most torque out of it, especially if I'm stopped at a checkpoint, I'm leaving that car and a half distance away, whatever. I need enough torque to hit it and get speed up to get it up and out of the way. A couple of things that we need to look at in here. So I've got my low gear. The next thing people ask about is, well, when I hit something, are airbags going to go off? Well, airbags work on two systems. One is rapid deceleration, and two is the crush cans. Okay? We know that the crush cans are going to get crushed, but we're going to do it to where we're still accelerating, trying to fool the airbag system. Plus, we're not doing it at 40 miles an hour, whereas if I started it from back here. If they do go off, then deal with it. It is what it is. Try to get your hands back up onto the steering wheel and keep driving. Some vehicles do have a shut-off to when the airbags deploy. It cuts off gas flow and everything else. That's something you need to have your guys look at when you're downrange, mechanic-wise and everything, and come up with your alternative how you want to do it. But I've got my position. I've got myself lined up. I'd be about a car to 2 cars away. I notice something, target indicators, whatever the case is, that, hey, I need to ram. I can't reverse out or whatever the case is. From there, I'm going to low gear, small skinny pedal on the right. Once I make contact, do not come off of the gas. Stay on the gas. It'll rotate your vehicle out of the way. You therefore looking for your drivable terrain and continuing to drive through. Some of the stuff that we have seen that is right before you make contact, people want to put on the brakes, try to dip the front end, so that way when we make contact, it helps to lift the vehicle up and out of the way. I'll tell you right now, that is a lot of timing for downrange, real world, to happen quickly. You can do it all day long in a closed circuit on a track where nobody's shooting at you, you're not getting blown up. But doing it real world, stay small skinny pedal on the right, hit, drive through, look for drivable terrain. All right, guys, now that we've talked about it on the board and some of the factors that need to be in play with it, let's go outside and do it for real.